Hello. I have an announcement concerning the future of Glitch Productions. Now, it needs no introduction for it paved the road of indie animation on YouTube and is currently thriving. However, it has a huge problem. Two of them to be precise. And let me just cut straight to the chase here. Their fanbase fucking sucks! This issue arose a while back when Murder Drones was still in production, when a YouTuber, Cartoonji, expressed he wasn't interested in the show as of the moment since he was doing other projects for himself. And not only was he harassed for just that alone, these worms had the gall to fake a review under his name.
A couple of years back, I was getting a lot of requests to review Murder Drones, and I had expressed somewhere, probably on my old Twitter or Discord server, that I wasn't really interested because I had other things to work on at the time, and what I didn't realize was that certain individuals in the Murder Drones subreddit were a bit more unhinged than I was used to at the time, with some guy creating a blatantly fake screenshot of me uploading a negative Murder Drones review just to drum up outrage and get the fans of the show mad at me for some reason.
Holy shit! That's all it took for him to get bombarded like that? He didn't even say he hated it, yet he was nailed on a cross and defamed for something he didn't even do. And that's just the start of it. Have I went to a convention before? I sure haven't, but from what I see, they tend to be a cesspool of degeneracy, and Michael Kovac was a victim of two separate incidents. In 2024, in his first convention, he was asked to roleplay with a fan, and when they started recording, the fan grabbed him by the collar pretending to be an abuser and has-been in a hotel. Ugh. What? And then in this year, some kid at MegaCon Dublin went and asked to marry him on stage in front of an entire crowd of fans.
Michael Kovac, will you marry me?
What a bunch of freaks! Poor bastard doesn't deserve any of this. And it gets even worse than that. Gooseworks has this thing where she's not particularly fond of her fans, to the point they even scare her. In episode 7 of The Amazing Digital Circus, there's a moment in the episode where a real-life place was portrayed. And just off those minute images did these eternally online degenerates stalk the damn place expecting it to be some ARG. It wasn't. Man, no wonder Gooseworks distances herself like this. The fact that these no-lives pinpointed an existing landmark off a meaningless screenshot would scare me too. And if that doesn't convince you that this is a growing issue, recently Gooseworks confirmed that Jax and Pomni are the main characters and focus of the Amazing Digital Circus.
I never expected one of the things that people would get mad at me for would be making the show focus on the two main characters. I was like, oh, I didn't even know you could get mad about that. It's like building up the show to be about Pomni and Jax. It's like, oh, people are actually really upset about that. I'm sorry. I've seen people get mad about their predictions that just aren't true, and I'm like, oh, well, just hold out a little bit. Like, I swear, it's all for something.
And that's all it took for these parasites to bully the creator of their favorite show just because Gooseworks' intent didn't align with their headcanon her entitled fans gaslit themselves into thinking. She got harassed over such a worthless detail, which got to the point where she even left Reddit and issued an apology over revealing her ideas. You can say this is a vocal minority. I don't think it is, and that doesn't minimize the amount of problems that they cause. They were willing to fake a review to gauge harassment, asking weird shit from the voice actors, scoured an entire area off a screenshot, and are so entitled to the show that they harass the creator for simply stating their intent. So it begs the question, why are they like this? Well, all you gotta do is look at the shows Glitch has on their catalog, and here we segue into Glitch's other major issue: oversaturation. This is very much the biggest problem and runs quite deep, so let's start with Murder Drones. It's set in a world where humans went extinct and robots took over the world, and are also getting killed by murder drones. The creator said that this was an edgy show, so let's see how edgy its writing is.
I was the pilot? That's awesome! I crashed and ruined everything. Spaceship pilot. Origin story. Welcome, campers! Let's sound off! 1, 2... everyone. -1?
Right. Might be some security specifically against you guys. Human-made security this human can control.
You don't know me and I hate you!
Kinda hot?
This isn't edgy. They scraped off the edge to make it safe and accessible, or in other words, inoffensive. A complete betrayal of the meaning. You want edgy? You go play the coffin of Andy and Lele. They don't give a flying fuck what they say, and it constantly hits because of it.
How are you so unbothered? I don't know, I compartmentalize. Kinda like we compartmentalized that guy into different freezers. Ashley! Wow, mommy, the big bad did the evil thing. You shut your whore mouth. Make me, you little bitch. I love you, Andy. Shove that Andy junk up your ass already. My god, I don't love you that much. You make me want to kill myself. Too bad diving down the balcony is just too romantic for you.
Now, I will be fair to Murder Drones. It is never meant to be taken seriously, and it was the show to jumpstart what glitches today, so I can't really hate it too much for embracing its writing style. And that's sort of the issue. The problem stems from the fact that these other shows adopt the same annoying quirkaholic writing style that constantly grates the ears. Now let's look at The Amazing Digital Circus. It's about a cast of colorful characters trapped in a digital realm run by an AI. And here you can see that they put some effort into the jokes. My favorite person is the fish.
So, I was just talking with my brother here, and yeah, you are definitely not getting our sunken treasure chest. Definitely not.
It's not like there's anything to spend money on.
I'm the one that tells lies!
Dude, you ruined it.
The bubble joke.
No thanks, I'm trying to quit.
And especially Jax just being a genuine asshole is really refreshing to see.
Alright, Pomni, you just stay like that and I'll cross over.
Are you kidding me?
Nice going, Pomni. Now I have no bridge.
The bathroom looks like a biohazard and needs a good scrubbing.
Well, I don't know. Shouldn't, like, Biohazard crew take care of that?
Oh, Jaxie boy, don't you want to be a model employee?
No, I don't care about any of this.
Well, that doesn't really sound like a can-do attitude to me.
It's not?
Bad.
I like you better when you're sad.
But they do fall into that quirkaholic trap here and there.
Gather the gloinks! What?
The NPCs aren't going to become self-aware in this one, right?
How should I know? I'm not the boss. Oh wait, yes I am! Anyway.
Okay, cool, that's great. I love these adventures. It's locked. It's locked, of course. It's locked. I love that it's locked.
Why would you do this?
It's called a manic episode, and you're getting 3 more seasons. Anyway.
But all in all, it's the best in Glitch's catalog. But compare that to their most recent releases, they're not all that great. Knights of Guinevere is Glitch's adult-oriented show from creator Dana Terrence, who made the hit show Owl House before it got shortened by Disney. And it's set in a dystopian future where a huge corporation basically runs the world. So let's see how she adapted to this new environment.
A job. I got rent. Oh, shit, it's morning already? Shit. That's right, Andy. Have a good day. Go kick some ass. Show him who's boss. Fuck you.
You're polishing the wrong scepter, Crowny.
Hey, asshole. I'm just trying to get by like anyone else. Just because I got a job in the tower doesn't mean you can treat me like... doesn't mean you... Sorry. Hope you feel better. But also, fuck you!
This was advertised for adults? What the fuck is this shit? Though it doesn't shock me that this is her style of humor. Just look at her previous show and you'll see, and yes, I did watch the whole show, that this is a good amount of humor.
No more weirdness!
That doesn't count, right?
Cupcakes in my tummy tum makes the king say yummy yum! So will you join the bakers coming? Nope.
I can do other things. What about this? Bleep, bloop, bleep.
Gaslight the show is worst of them all. The whole world oozes grim, dark, and noir, and this is what we get?
Get back in here, you little brat! Now look at you, huh? Delicate, unscarred, all your original limbs, untouched by this putrid world. And I would like to keep it that way!
The whole writing style completely betrays the setting of the world, and doesn't do any favors for the cast, which expects me to treat them like an old pair of family members I haven't seen in a while. Yeah, I know nothing about them and couldn't care less anything for them. Especially Ken and Mel, who act like a bunch of retarded dogs. You get the theme here. All these shows use quirkaholic dialogue as a crutch for inoffensive, immature, stakeless shows. That same crutch also eviscerates the barrier of entry, since all these shows have less edge than a butter knife. It makes it too easy to get into any of these shows to the point where anybody can jump right in the middle of it without knowing or investing a single thing in these shows, and self-appoint themselves as a fan. Nothing about these shows challenges the viewer in any meaningful way, which is why these toxic fans breed so easily into glitch. There's also the issue that these shows love fear-baiting the audience. I get that these shows take a while to make, but goddamn, there's so many little teasers of what's to come that it makes the whole product unfocused. Now, I don't mind story reveals or end teasers. It keeps the audience intrigued. The problem is not only when it bloats the show, but also incentivizes the audience to deep dive so much into every frame to the point where they literally take it to the real world. In Guinevere, piecing together these teasers just completely invalidates whatever intrigue the show had, which isn't much since it just completely diminished itself with its blatant messaging. In Gaslight, almost every scene is constantly alluding to the bigger picture, but because it's rushing so much at once, it makes these teasers so obnoxious and makes rewatching it such a drag when that picture isn't even finished. The problem is when people are rewatching these shows just to figure out why it's happening so they can validate how big a fan they are, instead of appreciating what's there, is incredibly annoying, especially when those two shows are only in their pilots. They're already trying to sell me on unfinished products. It's about as bad as pre-ordering. Here's some advice. Sell the idea before you sell the big picture. Murder Drones and Digital Circus did this extremely well, because throwing the picture into a shredder and tell me to piece it together doesn't endear me to finish it, it endears me to move on. Now here's the thing about these loud minorities. They love to say they admire the art of animation. They don't, because the moment you go against their narrative, they'll ditch you at the drop of a hat. Them appreciating art is nothing more than a self-appointed title they appraise themselves, and is nothing more than a way to get in with a crowd they have no real love for. And because this quirkaholic writing style and lack of stakes makes the barrier of entry non-existent, it never challenges these freaks and nurtures an unhealthy lifestyle that constantly feeds off of affirmation. These parasites live in an echo chamber that the moment it breaks, they'll throw a temper tantrum. And there are a lot of barriers being made. Of course, you can't really get rid of a few bad eggs. It's bound to happen. However, these rotten eggs have multiplied by the dozen, enough to the point where they're getting ballsy with their interactions, where brushing it off is no longer an option. This symptom must be squashed at its roots. And how do they do that? Completely divert the audience, make a show unlike their previous ones, and completely divert the tone, and change the target demographic so fresh ideas can cultivate and create a whole new audience to clean the slate. Have a show that actually values maturity and not dilute to a bunch of quirky idiots. Have it unafraid of asking uncomfortable topics or a meaningful message that can be applied to real life. Make the writing stand on its own legs without relying on that crumbling crutch of quirkaholic dog shit. And this is for the writers right now. Completely scrap that quirky crap you call writing. It's incredibly lazy. It's a stand-in for actual dialogue. It's worse than gross-out humor at this point, and is one of the reasons why toxic fans so easily infest these shows, is because how effortless it is. It's not Glitch's fault this is happening, and the creators most certainly didn't intend for the fighters to get this stoked. It's a byproduct of catering to the bottom of the barrel. However, that doesn't mean they should ignore what's happening, for if they do, creators would distance themselves from Glitch, for the fanbase are willing to go after anyone, even creators, for making something they don't agree with, even if they're the ones making the things they like now. However, I am not Glitch, so is there a call to call this problem where it lies, or grow complacent with a fanbase that's indirectly cultivated, to the point where not even creators would feel safe from the fans they made? However, I don't want to end this on a sour note. I very much believe Glitch does know this is indeed a problem and want to minimize it to the point where it's inconsequential. And I myself would very much like more unique and great shows that doesn't rely on lazy, quickie writing. That is my piece. I hope this was informative and insightful. So I bid you adieu.